are going to talk more about use of English, and our grammar topic will be reported speech. So, before we start, I would like to know how your Easter was. What did you do? How you celebrated it? So you can type in the chat your answers and I will read. And we are going to start today's lesson, as we have a lot of topics to cover. So let's talk more about it. As you remember, we have such part at test that is called use of English, and there we have got only two tasks. One task is based on the words, on vocabulary, on synonyms, on collocations, and another task is aimed to check your grammar forms. But today I have prepared just some pieces of advice for you how not to spend a lot of time on use of English if you are not sure about the answers. So we will talk about it more today. And let's then check what we have. So let's start with the first advice. And there you can see that first you need to do is understand the context. So I hope you remember what is context. It is just general idea, general meaning of the text that you have. Just for you to understand what is this text about, what tense is used to describe some events, do ideas contrast each other or they add each other, or is it about an object or a person? So there you can see that here we have got some questions that you can ask yourself during analyzing the context. So for example, there you can see the sentence: when people switch between tasks, their brains can't keep up with, and what question can you ask? So for example, is it about an object or a person? So if we talk about keeping up and tasks, so tasks are objects, right? So these are some things that are unalive. So we can just cross with you words anybody and everybody. And we have got two options for now. Then you check, for example, can't, as it's our helpful. Remember that we can't use no, like nothing, nobody, with a negative form, with can't. That's why we use there, as you see, everything. You can't, their brains can't keep up with everything. Okay. Зараз я продублюю українською, щоб було простіше. Як ми працюємо з контекстом? Як я бачу в відповідях, так, ви зрозуміли, про що цей текст, ви зрозуміли, про що це речення. Речення у нас про завдання. І ми ставимо питання: завдання – це об'єкт чи людина? Це у нас якийсь об'єкт, нежива істота, тому ми викреслюємо варіант «це» і «де». Також ми потім звертаємось до слова can't, щоб проаналізувати ці два варіанти. Ця частинка no не вживається з негативними словами, тому ми вибираємо be here, everything. Ось. Тобто таким чином ви працюєте з контекстом, ви працюєте з реченнями, ставлячи питання і роблячи логічні висновки. So, next is guessing the answer before looking at the option. Why I said that? Because when we talk about answers, usually for example, when you have already like a high level of English, you can see that like you can already feel what answer should be there. And for this, you can use such questions. What does the author want to say? What part of speech is needed in the gap? Тому у вас ви маєте зрозуміти для себе, перед тим, як дивитися відповіді, ви маєте зрозуміти, що хоче сказати автор. Яке слово ви б туди поставили, не бачачи ось ці відповіді. And I have chosen such an example for you. A positive change, know how small, holds the ability to create a lasting effect of change in the long. So you skip this part, know how small. So when you, for example, translate this phrase, you can see that it's like no difference, how small, because it already holds the ability to create. And for example, if we talk about the meaning of the phrase no big difference, how small, so we can see that we need to use with you matter, because no matter, it means that you don't care, it makes no sense, it makes no difference what positive change is it. And I can see some questions in the chat. So there, let's skip to this one. We have C, anybody and everybody, guys. Everything is the correct option. Anything can be, but we don't have such option here. Okay, so let's move on. So about this piece of advice. Спробуйте перед тим, як дивитися на ваші варіанти відповіді, подумати, що б ви туди поставили. І яку б частину мови ви б туди поставили. Для того, щоб потім було легше відкидувати варіанти. І the next advice for you is cross out 100% incorrect options. So, why you need to do this? Because when we are talking about tests, you have a high possibility of being stressed and have panic. And when you have panic and you can't, sometimes you can't cope with it, your task is to minimize your options, is to make this task as easy as you can. But when you cross out these incorrect options, you have, to justify, why these options are incorrect. Ви маєте пояснити, доказати, довести, що ці якраз варіанти неправильні. Because then you can have some troubles with that. But when you justify, when you make some logical answers, you can see why you choose this or that. And with the help of this example, we can work with the word their attention from one task to another. And what we are doing, how can we cross out these options? First of all, we'll look at option A, have moved. Attention, have moved. At have we use only for plural verb or such words as you, we, they. So it's not correct. Move, the same, is used for we, you, they. Not correct. Are moving, the same as we have. So it is for plural, it's not correct, so the D option is the correct one. So here you can see how I, step by step, analyzed every option and cross it out. And in such a way, I used only 1 minute to understand this task. And as you can see, it's it's already the task of use of English, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the last one that we have. So there you can see how easy it can be when you have some strategy, when you have some structure of doing the tasks. And for us to sum up our advice, I would like you to look at this kind of cycle as when you work with use of English and with tests, it's like a cycle. Every time you start doing this cycle again and again, every question, every task, it can be about reading as well, it can be about use of English, but first of all, what you need to do is ask questions. So I gave you like examples for parts of speech, what does the author want to say, and etc, etc. So you need to do it like again and again to check, for example, do I think logically right now? How can I understand whether it's correct or no? Then after you asked questions, you cross out the incorrect options, as I said, to minimize our task, to make it smaller and easier. And after that, you are going to logical conclusions, because actually when we're talking about English, especially when we're talking about grammar, it's very logical. You need to remember some details, some helpful words, but if you know all of this and I'm sure like that you know now all of this stuff, it's easier for you to understand what you need there. So please try to work with this structure, and I recommend doing it before the test as well, just for you to, at the test, to do it automatically, like not asking the questions, but you already do the cycle, but like 3 times quicker than you start doing it, for example, not today or like tomorrow. So practice this cycle, and I think it will help you at the test as well. But our main topic for today is reported speech. And when we are talking about reported speech, I would say that it is one of the most popular topics at NMT, and especially at use of English. So today we are going to talk about it a lot. So please be active, be ready to answer, and I hope you will understand this reported speech quicker, and it will be easier for you to, first of all, to find it, to notice it in the text, and then to work with it as well. So why do we use of English? We use reported speech when we tell someone what another person said. For example, I have a friend, Masha. Masha said something to me, but I went to Sonia, and Sonia like, what were you talking about? And I say, Masha said that she had been dating a boy for, I don't know, for 3 days, for example. So there we are talking about some other people's words. And when we are talking about form of reported speech, it is quite easy when you know tenses, but actually you need to change the tenses and the person who is speaking. So there you can see some examples. Here we have direct speech and indirect. I am happy, Ronnie said. Ronnie said that he was happy. So there we used present simple, now we use past simple. They are happy. Ronnie said that they were happy. The same. Present simple, past simple. Next. I was happy, Ronnie said. Ronnie said that he had been happy. Past simple in the direct speech we change into past perfect. And it's the same with future, that we had future simple will be happy. There we have would be happy. So we change will into would. And I call this rule a step back, крок назад, крок у минуле, you can say. Because there we, when we talk about present tenses, we change them into past tenses. Present simple, past simple, past perfect, present perfect, past perfect, present continuous, past continuous. You just need to remember such words as will, would, have to, had to, must, had to, and that's all. And also please pay your attention that we have mustn't, and mustn't doesn't change into past, into reported speech. So if you say you mustn't paint the walls, I don't know, my mother said that you mustn't paint the walls. So there we don't change. Okay. So must в минулому it's had to. We can't say must in the past. So we don't say, for example, must id. No, we say had to. Okay, good. Then now we are going to practice, of course, these words and this task. So now you will have reported speech. You will have direct speech that you need to turn into reported. And let's start with the first sentence. And here we have, I work in a bank. He said that he. So how can we change it? Okay, he said he worked in a bank. We had present simple and we change into past simple. Correct. I am working today. She told us she was working that day. Correct. We have present continuous. We change it into past continuous. I've been ill for a couple of weeks. He told me he had been ill for a couple of weeks. Present perfect, past perfect. I was at the doctor all time. She told me that she at the doctor all morning. So there we use with you had been. Past simple we change into past perfect. I'll lend you the money. He told me he Okay, good job. I can see that all of you are working. Good. Would lend me the money. So will we change into would. I can't do it without your help. She said she couldn't do it without my help. Correct. Thank you. The meeting may, pay attention, start early. He told us that the meeting might start early. Correct. I must leave early today. He said that he had to leave early that day. Get out. Oh, I'm sorry. You should talk to Jim. She said that I She said that I should or had to talk to Jim. So there we don't change anything with the word should. So should is stable. And the last, get out. She told me. She told me. She told me to get out. Okay, so when we are talking about the tense sentence, you can see it's different, as we don't have a subject and a verb. And when we have with you imperatives, наказовий спосіб, like get out, open the door, close the window, and etc., you just say she said or she told me to, like, and just infinitive. We don't need to change anything there. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite easy, but pay your attention, especially when you are working with past simple into past perfect, or past continuous into past perfect continuous. Because sometimes when you have tests, коли у вас є тести, у вас можуть бути 4 відповіді, наприклад, was, had been working, was working і has been working. І коли у вас ось такі відповіді, ви маєте зробити якби спочатку крок вперед, зробити якби діалог у себе в голові, подумати, що він тоді сказав. Він сказав, я працював вчора з 2 до 3, чи я почав працювати, коли хтось прийшов, і тоді ви маєте подумати, чи це одразу був, наприклад, present continuous в прямій мові, чи це вже було в минулому, тобто past continuous. Тому ви маєте, от якраз в тесті, це дуже актуально, у нас буде зараз вправа, ви маєте переключатися між прямою і непрямою мовою, щоб зрозуміти, яке правильне речення має бути, яке правильний час має бути. Okay. So, we have worked with changing the tenses. Now, it's time for us to work with mistakes. Because when we are working with tests, we can have mistakes. So now let's correct all of them here and check what you have found. So, number 1. He said that he is tired after a long journey. He said that he was tired after a long journey. Good. My mom told me that I must cook dinner. Yeah, that was my fault, like with this there, so it wasn't like planned. Okay, my mom told me that I had to cook dinner. Okay. She said that she had already saw this movie. Okay, I like variant that Yana said, told me to cook. Also possible here, why not? But if we don't change the form of the whole sentence, had to is the correct one. So she said that she had already, seen this movie. So we had with you incorrect form. So don't forget that after had we use past participle, the third form. So the third form of see, it's seen. Anna said that she would join us later. Anna said that she would join us later. We don't need ed. Good. The teacher said that we need to complete the test by Friday. the teacher said that we needed to complete the test by Friday. So we had need and we make needed, or had to, also possible here. Good, thank you very much. And one more tricky moment in the reported speech. And I want you to check this sentence. They said that they would arrive tomorrow. So what's wrong with this sentence? Where is the mistake? Or maybe you find something else? Okay, so there, as you see, we need to change tomorrow into the following day or the next day. So when we are talking about changing, these changes are applied to every part of the sentence. So here we need to change the tense and also the time marker. And in this table, you can see how they change. Today, that day. Now, then. At the moment, at that moment. Tomorrow, the next day, the following day. Yesterday, the day before, the previous day. 2 days ago and 2 days before. This, that. These, those. Here, there. So, your task is to also pay attention to these parts and change them in reported speech. Бо у вас у тесті може бути відповідь, наприклад, от у вас таке саме речення, і отут стоїть у нас пропуск. І вас питають tomorrow, yesterday, the following day, або, наприклад, просто next day. Майте на увазі, що коли ми не в пряму мову переводимо, ми ставимо артикль the. Тобто, наприклад, ми можемо сказати next Friday, да? Але коли ми кажемо про непряму мову, ми маємо вставляти the, next day, the following day. So please pay your attention. And now we are going to work with this. And your task is to change the sentences. But your attention right now goes to all these time markers. So we change all the sentence, but you also keep in mind that you need to change time marker. So let's start with the first. Rachel, I will go to the doctor tomorrow. And my advice for you now, write the whole sentence. We are practicing time markers, but please practice changes of the tenses as well. So don't write in the chat only the time marker, write the whole sentence. So Rachel said that she would go to the doctor the next day. Correct, thank you. Number 2. Lucas, my friend didn't go to school yesterday. Lucas said Lucas said that his friend hadn't gone to school the previous day. Okay, hadn't gone. Kevin, I'm feeling bad today. Kevin told me that I asked to write the whole sentence, and only one person writes it. Okay, Kevin said that he was feeling bad that day. Okay, Lily, we are going to have a party this evening. Lily said, so we change it into they were going to have a party that evening. Teacher, children will have a trip to London next month. The teacher told parents that the teacher said that children would have a trip to London the next month. Okay. Or the following month is also possible. Isabella, my family visited me a month ago. Isabella said that her family had visited her a month before. Okay. Granny, I'm baking an apple pie now. Granny told me that okay, Yana, I appreciate that you are writing the whole sentence. Thank you. So, Granny said or told me that she was baking an apple pie at that moment. Okay. Charlotte, Kate left an hour ago. I can say that answer then, it's also okay. At that moment, then both are possible. So Charlotte, Kate left an hour ago. So there we use with you Charlotte left, had left an hour before. Okay, good. So thank you very much. And now we are going to work more, to make our knowledge bigger and expand them. And we are going to talk about reported questions. So of course, when we're talking about sentences, we can have with you affirmative, negative, and questions. And now, how we work with questions in reported speech. We use subject, after that we use asked, if, subject, verb, if we're talking about yes-no questions. For example, has Jim walked a dog? Mom asked. Mom asked if Jim had walked a dog. Тобто тут ми змінюємо, якщо у нас тут було порядок слів як у питанні, то коли ми переводимо це в непряму мову, ми робимо наше речення як звичайне речення в past perfect. Тобто як звичайне стверджуване речення. If we are talking about special questions, we just put our special word like what, why, when, and etc. Then we put subject and we put verb. What are you doing today? Jane asked. Jane asked what I was doing that day. Тобто ми так само тут замість прямого порядку слів в реченні цього базового, в питанні спочатку у нас домашнє дієслово, потім іменник, потім присудок, ми ставимо спеціальне слово, потім у нас ставиться підмет і потім у нас ставиться присудок. Будь ласка, запам'ятайте це. Це може бути не лише на тестах, але запам'ятайте правильну структуру. And of course, we are going to practice all of these questions. And we are going to start with the first one, the easiest in present simple. So, Christopher asked me, do you want to dance? So, how can we change it? Christopher asked if I wanted to dance. Correct. Betty wanted to know, when did you come? Betty wanted to know when I had come. Mark asked me, has John arrived? Mark asked me whether John had arrived, or if John had arrived. Ronald asked me, where does Maria park her car? Ronald asked me where Maria parked her car. Elizabeth asked me, did you watch the latest film? Elizabeth asked me whether I had watched the latest film. Okay, good. Mandy, can I help you? Mandy asked me. Mandy asked me whether he could help her or me. So here I have some mistake. Whether I could help. So there we have whether he could help me. Yeah. Andrew, will Mandy have lunch with you? Andrew asked. Okay. If Mandy would have lunch with you. Okay. So, as you can see, in all these sentences, we used with you subject, verb, special verb, subject, verb, if or whether, subject, verb. So please don't forget about the structure. And as you can see, when we are talking about reported speech, it is easy when you just remember about taking a step back. Так, переключатися на один крок в минуле. So, it's okay. But I also wanted to talk about such words as say and tell. Because in the reported speech, these two words are quite popular. So you need to remember that say we use with something. He said that he wanted to go home. But when we are talking about tell, we need to use the person who is the recipient of this speech. So he told me that he wanted to go home. Тобто, якщо ми говоримо про say, тут у нас не вказується людина, до якої говорять. Але коли ми говоримо про tell, у нас завжди має бути людина, яка якраз таки слухає цю інформацію. And also for you just to remember, we use to say with such words as sorry, thank you, yes, no, and goodbye. And tell we use with tell the truth, tell a lie, tell a joke, tell a story. But I am sure that you know not only these two words, not only say and tell. What other words, what other phrases can we use to change say, to change saying like say, he said, she said, he told me? What can we use instead? Так, дам вам підказку, щоб ви зрозуміли, про що я. У нас є багато слів, які виконують різні функції. І які можна слова замість сказати є say and etc. What can we say? For example, він сказав, я прийду на твій день народження. Тобто він пообіцяв, так, що він прийде на день народження. So it is the same in English. For example, we can say, he said that he would come to my birthday. But we can say instead, he promised to go or to visit my birthday. So, what other synonyms can we use here? Які у нас інші слова, які якби говорять нам про мову, але трошки виконують різні функції є? От пообіцяти, наприклад, promise. What else? Okay, wonder, report, order, state. Good, girls. Also, advice, order, promise, demand, refuse, conclude, suggest, apologize. For example, all these words can be used instead of say. Claim, good. So, when we use with you these words, we can just expand our knowledge, and we won't repeat so many times say. No, we can change different options. And of course, we have some forms that demands that clause. He informed that, he told me that. We can use such verbs with infinitive like agree, claim, demand, offer, promise, refuse. So he agreed to lend me the money. He refused to go with me. He demanded to be given the money. We can also use with you a verb, object, and infinitive when we talk about advise, allow, ask, warn, forbid, persuade, and etc. So she expected me to call her in the evening. She allowed me to go home. He invited me to come to his party. So we have got these three parts. Also, we can use with you ing, like deny, regret, suggest, forbid. He denied taking my camera. So instead of saying he said that he hadn't taken my camera, we make it shorter and say he denied taking my camera. For example, we can also have verb plus preposition. Complain about, insist on, apologize for. So he insisted on finishing the report by 10 o'clock. He apologized for being late. And we can use with you ing as well. Accuse of, blame for, congratulate on, thank for. She accused him of stealing her money. Ми вже говорили про цю тему, коли говорили про герундій і інфінітив. Але ви можете ще раз собі нагадати, подивившись вебінар, або також подивитися на цю табличку і згадати про ці слова, які вживаються з інфінітивом, а які вживаються з герундієм. Now we are going to practice these words, and some words can be new for you. And if you don't know some words, any words, just write in the chat and help each other to translate it. So now we will work with you with such words as reminded, denied, suggested, complaints, threatened, agreed, refused, boasted, regretted, and accused. So now we will work with you with the first sentence, and there we have my cousin, that she had passed the test with the highest score. Okay, you think it's boasted, and that is correct. They moved into a big city. They liked it better in the country. They refused, you think? Actually, they regretted, because refuse we use with infinitive. I refuse to do my homework, for example. But regret we use with ing in this case. Me, that I had left my phone in the kitchen. She reminded me that I had left my phone in the kitchen. Okay, thank you. Unfortunately, she refused to marry him. Okay, good job. His parents to stop giving him money. His parents threatened to stop giving him money. Okay. She often about too many hours of homework. She often complains about too many hours of homework. The teacher me of cheating during the test. The teacher accused me of cheating during the test. He to let me use his laptop. He agreed to let me use his laptop. Okay. The criminal having a motive for the crime. Okay, the criminal denied having a motive for the crime. And the last, she using Uber to get home since there was no public transport. So she suggested using Uber to get home since there was no public transport. And to sum up what we have, boast we use with that clause, regretted we use with ing, reminded that clause, refuse infinitive, threatened, infinitive, complain, preposition and noun or gerund, accuse, preposition, gerund, agreed, infinitive, denied, gerund, suggest, gerund. And now we are going to have with you the last task, but let's sum up reported speech. Тож, коли ми говоримо про непряму мову в англійській мові, ми маємо пам'ятати про 3 головних аспекти. Ми змінюємо час на минулий, present simple, into past simple, present perfect в past perfect. Ми змінюємо також особу, яка говорить. Кенні сказав, що він іде в парк, тобто ми міняємо я на ти, на він. And третє, це у нас тайм-маркери. Today, that day, tomorrow, the next day, and etc. 3 ось ці головних аспекти. Для питальних речень ми маємо пам'ятати, що ми маємо робити прямий порядок слів у речення. If, subject, verb. Special word, subject, verb. Don't forget about this. And now we are going to have with you the task where you have kind of like something similar to NMT. So also let's remind our strategies that we use. Firstly, we ask questions. Then we cross out the incorrect options. And then we make a logical conclusion. So now, let's work with you with this small text, but make it correctly. So, we are going, first of all, check the context. At the police station, the officer asked me some questions, so we can understand that there is some police station conversation. So it's something related to police. After that, we need to guess the correct answer. So he wanted to know what had happened. Me, where I was at the time of the robbery. So we have where I was at the time of the robbery. Тож він не сказав мені, не поговорив, но він запитав. That's why we use with you, he asked me where I was at the time of the robbery. I told him Okay, you have so many answers. I can't understand what is number 2. Okay, I told him that I had been at home watching TV. Як я вже казала, коли ми робимо НМТ, ми маємо переключатися між прямою мовою та непрямою мовою. І тому, щоб не було, наприклад, was watching TV. So there, ви маєте сказати, я сказав йому, що я дивився телевізор тоді, чи я дивлюся телевізор. Якщо у вас було вже в прямій мові я дивився телевізор, I was watching. So you need to change it into past perfect continuous. I had been watching TV. Then he asked if I had seen anything strange, and I replied that I had seen, я побачив когось. I had seen someone running down the street. Okay. And also you can see the good word replied there. He also asked me if Тобто у нас вже тут yes-no question. Can remember, remember, could remembered, or could remember. So, sometimes when you work with NMT, особливо коли у вас є питання, ви можете замість could remember поставити remember. But you just need to remember, you just need to keep in mind that in reported speech we can't use present tenses. От просто запам'ятайте, якщо у вас вже стоїть he asked, he told me, he said, коли у нас вже перша ось ця частинка стоїть в минулому, ми не можемо поставити другу частинку в теперішньому. Просто запам'ятайте, що ось 100% має бути past. 100%. Він має бути будь-який, але це має бути past. That's why we use with you could remember in number 4. And the last, I complained, I answered, I denied, I convinced, it was dark, and I wasn't sure. So thank you very much for your compliments, and let's finish our task. As we can logically think, we can understand that it is more about answer. That's why we use with you answered. Because we can't complain, ми не можемо ніяк поскаржитись, правильно, що це там було темно. Ми не можемо заперечити тут, по контексту це не працює. І convinced переконати також тут не дуже працює. Тому, коли я говорила про відповідь, коли ви маєте вгадати відповідь, подумати для себе, що ви могли б вибрати, якраз в такому випадку ви маєте, коли у вас є багато синонімів особливо, подумати, який би синонім, з яким би значенням ви б хотіли це слово. І вже потім вибирати його. І так буде набагато легше вам просто визначитися з відповіддю, щоб себе не мучити, згадувати кожен цей option, яке у нього значення. Коли ви самі вже собі дали відповідь, її набагато легше знайти. Коли ви вже самі зрозуміли, що саме вам потрібно. Тому користуйтесь цією порадою. Я прям радила вам, робите зараз НМТ-тест, зробили навіть, після цього зайдіть на домашнє завдання від iLearn, там буде такий самий тест про reported speech, і замість того, щоб просто вже по граматиці, яку ви вже знаєте, ви можете просто вибирати, ставити собі питання і вибирати таким чином відповіді, навіть не дивлячись на варіанти відповідей. Давати одразу свою і вже потім дивитись, окей, це воркає, це не воркає. Okay, that will be all for today. Thank you very much that you were active, that you participated a lot. I appreciate all of your work that you had done today. Next time, we are going to talk more about vocabulary. We will learn more new words, and we will prepare you for NMT. Thank you very much, and have a good evening. See you next time.